The poem called Wind, that is there in your ninth class book. This poem has been composed by Subramaniam Bharati. So before discussing this poem, we will talk about something about our poet. Subramaniam Bharati was born in 1882 and he passed away in 1921. He was a great Tamil poet and a famous for his patriotism in pre-independence era. Okay, so we have discussed about him in a precise manner. Now we'll see this particular poem, Wind, which is originally written by Subramaniam Bharati, is been translated from Tamil to in English by A.K. Ramanujam. Now here we will occur some words about A.K. Ramanujam also. A.K. Ramanujam is a Kannada and English poet. First of all, he is poet and well known for his translation of classical and modern poetry. So similarly, this is an example of modern poetry, and A.K. Ramanujam has beautifully translated this particular poem from Kannada to English. Now we will discuss this poem line by line. But before that, we will see what is the theme of this poem. In this poem, Subramaniam Bharati is talking about wind. So what is the nature of the wind here? How do we assume its nature? Okay, how do we take this particular wind? Okay, now we'll read the poem line by line and I will explain it to you. Wind, come softly. Don't break the shutters of the windows. Don't scatter the papers. Don't throw down the books on the shelf. Subramaniam Bharati, the poet, is saying to the wind that it should come softly, slowly and slowly. Why softly? When wind comes with the full force, it takes the shape of storm. So he is urging wind that it should come softly and slowly. Don't break the shutters of the windows. And Subramaniam Bharati, the poet, is urging the wind that it should not break the shutters. It should not destroy anything. Don't scatter the papers. Papers are kept there in the room. It should not scatter those papers. Scatter means here, don't take the paper here and there. Okay? Don't throw down the books on the shelf. Please don't throw down the book which are kept in the shelf. When wind comes, it takes everything with it. So he is urging that the wind should not make these books fall down. Okay? There, look what you did. You threw them all down. But the very nature of the wind, that it has made all the books fallen down, because it is the very nature of the wind. Similarly, the snake is there. Okay, if you urge it not to bite somebody and all, but what about its nature? Its nature is to bite someone. Okay, similarly, the nature of the wind is that whatever comes in its way, it has to wash away. Similarly, books were there in its way and they have to fallen down. Next here, there, look what you did. You threw them all down. You tore the pages of the book, and with the full force, the wind has torn all the pages from the book. You brought rain again. We have seen that rain, comes just due to wind only. Why? Because wind is the cause who brings clouds, okay, to a particular place, and the clouds turn into rain. You are very clever at poking fun at weaklings. It means here, you are very clever at poking at fun at weaklings. This is the mindset of the poet. He is talking in terms of weaklings, those who are weak. Okay, now he is saying that the wind, okay, it makes fun of weaklings, it makes fun of weak people, weak things. Frail crumbling houses, crumbling doors, crumbling rafters, crumbling wood, crumbling bodies, crumbling lives, and crumbling hearts. Now he is talking about whatever that is not strong, they come in the way of this wind, and the wind destroys them all. Here we have seen examples of crumbling buildings, crumbling houses, and many things. Crumbling means here weak, and weak people too. Many people are there, those who are not strong by their heart. They have so many heart diseases. They cannot absorb something harsh, so they deal with some kind of heart diseases and many heart attacks. Similarly, he is talking about these causes created by only and only wind. The wind god winnows and crushes them all. See here, the wind god, again, he is not cursing wind, he is calling it God, because he knows if there is creation, there has to be destruction. Okay, for some people, this wind is creation. Okay, it brings creation, but some things are there which need to be destroyed at a particular time. So this particular wind, the same wind, destroys them. Okay, the wind god winnows and crushes them all. He won't do what you tell him. The wind knows what to do. Nobody can tell it that it should be done or something should be done, blah blah blah. But wind knows what to do. Wind, is sent by the God itself, and God knows the best of us. Okay, the best of each and everything in the world. So come, let us build strong homes. Let's join the doors firmly. Now the poet is suggesting that we cannot go against wind, but what we can do, we can learn something out of it. The wind is indirectly teaching us that we should build strong homes, we should make strong bodies, we should bring strength in us, so we can deal with such crucial timings. Okay, some crucial timings are there when the time tests us, test our strength, everything is being tested, and the person who examines best in that particular exam, he is the winner. Let us join the doors firmly, practice to firm the body, make the heart steadfast. Now the poet is suggesting that we should do such kind of exercise so our body built strong. We should have such positive thoughts that our heart should remain steadfast, and we should always bring some positive ideas in us. If there is destruction, it means some creation is being to be held very soon. Okay, do this and the wind will be friends with us. It means here, see, if you see the first half of the poem, we see that wind is like our enemy. Why? Because we are weak there. But as soon as we keep ourselves very strong person, very strong character, very strong heart, the same wind becomes our friend. Okay, do this and the wind will be friends with us. The wind blows out weak fires. See here, the wind, this is the very important line in this poem. The wind blows out weak fires, and it creates weak fires into the strong fires. See, for the example, if you see the forest, there are some ignites. Okay, some ignites are, that is called chingari in Hindi. Ignites are there. It spreads out like a great fire in the whole forest. That is only due to just because of wind. Wind makes that particular very ignition into a great fire. So see, the wind is so strong and it can make you stronger. Okay, the wind blows out weak fires and he makes strong fires roar and flourish. See the next line, in the very next line what we see, that particular wind makes the very weak fire as the strongest one. It can destroy a whole forest and the whole even all the countries. Okay, it can burn down. Okay, just because of only that wind. So it means wind is not weak, wind is so strong, and this particular wind can make you stronger. Anything it can make stronger. So what we should learn, we should learn from this poem that we should become stronger and stronger and stronger. Problems will be there, but we have to face the problem. We do not run away from these problems. We have to face the problems. In the very next line, his friendship is good, we praise him every day. So here in the concluding line, the poet Subramaniam Bharati says that the friendship of wind is good and we should praise it every day. And not only simply praising like that, we take some agarbatti and put it like this and not. No, it is not like this. We should do something that wind does. We should build strong houses. We should bring strength in us. As it is said, strength is power and weakness is the death. Okay, strength is life and weakness is the death. So we have to build good bodies, we have to build good hearts, we have to build great characters, so our character or our life will not be diminished by anyone. Okay, so this is the message of the poem. If you like this poem, please hit the like button, share and subscribe. Thank you, and do comment also if there is some needed. Okay.